In my experience, the worst people to go with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are gonna have more money than you. And you're gonna feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. In conclusion, like, I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
You brought Brittany Renner in to talk to your players. What were you trying to accomplish by bringing her in, this social media influencer?
Brittany is a real woman.
Okay.
She keeps it 100. She keeps it straightforward. And she is a tremendous influencer on Instagram. Bringing her in to talk about game,
right,
from a woman's point of view,
right,
was unbelievable. Had I had Brittany Renner in a meeting when I was in college, I might be about $15 million more richer. Because she broke it down to these guys.
To her game and what she was trying to accomplish, and not her game,
just
but what
the
women.
women. And she even told him, I got more, the coldest line she said, I got more checks in my DMs than Nike. I said, wow. That mean they at her.
Yes.
Okay, and she's trying to tell them how this is played out. She say, it's women out there that do their homework. They know everything about y'all because you tell on yourself on the gram and on social. So they know how to go get you. And you thinking you conquering it and you ain't, because it's all a plan.
You think you run a game and they run a game on you.
She was unbelievable. And I'm hoping, and I know, a few guys learned tremendously from her speech.
Okay, so, you know, you're figuring out your career, your Instagram following is going up, and, you know, you start dating, and you mentioned that you dated 11 athletes through the course of your life. That may have been an
Probably
old quote.
more than that.
Okay.
I mean, I've said publicly that I've had sex with 30 guys. I do have a list on my phone. I could look at the list and tell you how many athletes, but as of right now, I don't know that number off the top of my head. I think I said 8 NBA players, though, I think was the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you made a video at one point. You were in the back of your car.
It was my body count video, right?
Oh, I'm sorry?
Was it the body count video or which one? Okay, I'll let you finish.
I'm not sure which video it was, but you specifically said, and I quote, athletes don't use condoms. If you want to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete because they're really, really dumb.
Really, really dumb. I did say that.
Okay.
So I would love to provide some context. When I saw this video making its rounds on Twitter, I was mortified because I'm like, why in the actual hell would I ever say that? So I went to my archived videos, watched the video in its entirety, and I was breaking down the different types of guys I've had sex with. And my whole point of saying that, which is why I never really tried to clear it up, because it's such a bold statement. It's hard to maneuver. I said it because I've been with plenty of guys that didn't use condoms. And if I truly wanted a baby for all of the wrong reasons, I would have several by now. And in that attempt to make a group of people look dumb, I made myself look even worse. So I have to just stand on what I said, and I don't take back what I said. If you wanted to have a baby for the wrong reasons, there are plenty of careless people, in my experience, the athletes primarily. And that's just that on that. But yeah, I mean, I try to make people look bad, make myself look worse. I'm gonna have to just
I remember when I interviewed John Sally, he actually brought up this quote. I hadn't heard it at the time. And, you know, my thing was like, well, no one really likes using condoms, number one. You know, I don't think you can really look at so you're telling me that, that actors all use condoms, that rappers all use condoms, that producers all use condoms.
Nobody wants to use them.
Yeah, no one really wants to use condoms.
I say this all the time. One, I'm a fan of Brittany.
Okay.
I always like what she puts on Instagram.
I've interviewed her before.
I was a fan of her show. of her way.
Yes.
And then, she said that thing. She goes, if you ever want to.
I know that hurt him, bro. She just so cocky, bro. Like, bro, she say she looking for sons, huh? Hide your sons.
Hide your sons.
I got mine here, baby. I got him. Don't worry. He.
Well, come find out why I'm cocky. I'll show you.
There you go. There you go. If you get with Brittany Renner, you owe me one. I'm just telling you that right now. You owe me one right now. If you end up messing with Brittany Renner. Well, number one, would you mess with Brittany Renner? Because she kind of threw.
Nah. I'm not attracted to her type.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it. I'm not attracted to her type.
Okay, and her type is what?
Go get niggas out money. Like I'm not attracted to her type. I'm not. That's not my thing.
Okay.
Are you hip to Brittany Renner?
You say who? Brittany Renner?
Brittany Renner. She's the 30-year-old chick that she goes to scout.
Yeah, that's the bitch run off with the money on the nigga. She my hero.
With PJ Washington.
Yeah, I love her.
But she recently went to Jackson State, the school where Deion Sanders coaches at.
Yeah.
And she said that she was scouting. So I don't know if she's scouting for a new guy with money. She just like, I'm scouting. And every time she does it, the internet is in an uproar because she's 30 years old searching for an 18-year-old to 23-year-old kid.
The old niggas do it. So let me just tell y'all about Brittany Renner. Say ain't nothing wrong with a woman that know how to pick suckers. I hope she find another NBA nigga and have her baby and take his money. Ain't nothing wrong with a woman that can find her a sucker. It's a sucker born every day.
Digits like they did against San Francisco. Came back to win. Here's a toss. Intercepted again. Howard has one. My gosh, Xavian Howard has now picked off a pass in 5 consecutive games.
I mean, that's incredible. And you got to remember, he's guarding Tyreek Hill one-on-one.
Now that's the Beckham play right there.
That was unbelievable. I mean, he's playing the best in the secondary right now in the National Football League. I mean,
that's 9.
Tracking breaking news out of the NFL where Xavian Howard has signed a massive new deal with the Dolphins. The All-Pro cornerback will now earn $90 million over the next 5 seasons, and that comes fully guaranteed. The deal makes him the first cornerback ever in NFL history to sign a fully guaranteed 5-year contract. Howard's 15 interceptions over the past 2 seasons are the second most of any player in the league. Joining us now with instant reaction, our defensive back extraordinaire, the 2-time Super Bowl champ, Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, we got to go that direction here first. Anytime you see someone in the secondary getting broken off with this type of guaranteed money, your reaction is what?
I love it. I love seeing secondary players get paid. Keep it real. Let's keep it real. I love seeing all players get paid because I know how difficult it is to be able to get to that level and be able to accomplish a lot of financial goals. So hats off to the Miami Dolphins. Clearly hats off to Xavian Howard because he is deserving of this deal. And we're starting to see a trend go in a different direction, right? I don't know how some of these owners will take to this new trend, but what we're seeing now is something that many of us thought we would never see, Joe, which is fully guaranteed contracts.
NFL player as Xavian Howard allegedly got 4 women pregnant at the same time, and his first child mom is talking trash saying he's a deadbeat, but yet she got pregnant by him for the second time. So if he's a deadbeat, what does that say about you from getting pregnant by him a second time while trying to confront 3 other women that's pregnant by him with his child? What does that make you? Tell me in the comment how y'all feel about that situation. A football player got 4 kids on the way at the same time from 4 different women. That's a lot of, boy, that's going to be a lot of child support paid out. That's going to be a lot of child support to pay out, and a lot of bitter women in making right there.
Now it is 2023 and not all headlines are facts. You should do more research, but I'm gonna be honest, I did no research with this. I just felt like reading the headline and taking it as fact. Xavian Howard is my MVP. This reminds me of the LeBron James speech when he came to Miami. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 baby mamas. How can you do this? Ask Mr. Howard. And who wants to have sex with condoms on? Like, it's boring. We're living in Miami. We're playing for the Miami Dolphins that are probably gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. Like, bro, we going in there solo.
Boss, back in here again once again, man. Happy to be here, dog. So you seen these clips that I just played for you, right? Now, the first clip you seen was from Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is known as a big-time influencer, and she came out stating, yo, if you're a female and you want to come up off of a dude, you need to be messing with these athletes. And the reason being why she said that is she said, yo, a lot of these guys are dumb. And she's telling you this based on experience, because a lot of them feel like, yo, I got money, I could do whatever, I just want to smash. A female should know who I am. Yeah, she just gave you game. A lot of females know who you are. A lot of females know that you have money. You're on news, you're in TV, you're headlined. You get what I'm saying? The NBA is heavily watched, dog. She literally came out and gave you game that a lot of females be doing their homework about dudes. And that's why she has 3 baby daddies who are in the NBA. And she's getting child support from all 3 of them. And I'm going to be real with you. I could easily be like, oh, Brittany Renner, I don't like her and this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you right now, I highly appreciate her. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there are some people who are wolves in sheep clothing. And they'll act like, yeah, I want a man for who he truly is. No, she came out and told you, bro, like, she's headhunting right now. She gold digging. She out here like she on the come up. You feel me? And this is something a lot of dudes need to understand. Whether you're young, you starting to touch money, you're expected to go to like a league, whether NBA, NFL, MLB, soccer, it doesn't really matter. Once you're touching money, you become a target, not just for people who want to rob you, but you become a target for even women who are looking for a come up. And Brittany Renner highly explained that, right? Now, you see other people like Boosie like, nah, she's not my liking, because he already knows what type of time it is. Boosie has like over 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken, like 9 kids. And he said, nah, she headhunting. I'm protecting my son. He's being real. Because he knows the fact that a woman like that is very dangerous. A woman like that that's after your pockets can screw with your livelihood. And that's something that's very serious. You don't want to play around with that. I know plenty of dudes that I work with, they're on child support. And by the time they look at their check looks like, yo, where did it go? Child support took all of that. I know people at my job right now who just got off of child support like last year, and they were celebrating, popping bottles. So I'm being real with you. Once you're on child support, if you're not aware, that's 18 years, right? Now they've made changes to child support, meaning, yo, if your kid wants to go to college or a university, your child support can be continuous after the 18 years. You get what I'm saying? Till they finish college. This stuff is not no game out here. I played Xavian Howard because, you feel me, I'm a Dolphins fan. Everybody know fins up, we 2-0. Stop hating, you get what I'm saying? So Xavian Howard, if you don't understand, is one of the highest paid corners in the league. And that's why I played that clip. Recently, there's been a lot of NFL players who's been getting fully guaranteed contracts. Meaning, yo, if you get hurt, if you get cut, something happens to you, the rest of your money is guaranteed, right? So what's happening now is some of these players who are getting these contracts are starting to see, yo, it's not like I'm on this status where, yo, I have to keep on balling my ass off. No, I work my way up. I got a fully guaranteed deal. If I want to keep playing hard, I can do that. But at the same time, I know now that I'm straight. I have a guaranteed contract. You get what I'm saying? And for those who don't know, a lot of these guys who are in the NFL, once they complete certain amount of years, they get a pension as well. Bet you didn't know that, right? Now, You have females who are looking for guaranteed come-ups, and this is where Brittany Renner comes into play and she exposes this stuff. Xavian Howard got hit for not having 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 women impregnated at the same damn time, right? And he just restructured his deal. That clip you played was the first deal that they gave him. It was supposedly like 5 years, 75 with like 50 mil guaranteed. They restructured it and gave him an additional 2-year extension with like another 50 mil, which he got new money. So in its full entirety, within a 5-year span, he was supposed to make at least $90 million over the course of 5 years. You get what I'm saying? So he's Gucci, he's having fun, he's living his life. And on top of that, he's out here in Miami. You have to understand that when you're out here living this life and you have this money, there are people who are well aware of you. People who know of you. They know who you are. They seen your face. You're on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, all of that. They see you. You're playing for a big team. Miami hasn't had a decent defensive back in a while that we've drafted. The last defensive back that we had was somebody that we signed, and I'm going to be real, that was Brent Grimes to me, dog. Brent Grimes was one of the littest corners that we had that we signed. You get what I'm saying? But we drafted Howard. Dolphins wasn't going to let Howard walk like that. So I'm going to guarantee you your money because Howard is going down in Dolphins history. I know to some people this is like, okay, what does this have to do with this whole situation? Xavian Howard is a big deal in the Miami Dolphins organization, and he's getting extra clout for it because to find a solid corner is hard, and a lot of teams end up losing their corners to either injury or they trade them or they're unsatisfied, they want to walk, so they had to extend him because he's that good. You get what I'm saying? So that makes him even more of a target. Reason being for all of what I'm saying is you have to be careful out here in life, dog. Just because you got money or you're touching it or you're making it doesn't mean that you could be reckless. You being reckless can take you right back to where it is that you came from, which is the bottom, the start, from scratch. You get what I'm saying? You have to make sure that when you're trending up in life, you have to do away with certain habits and certain behaviors that would set you back and bring you back to a place where you never wanted to be at because you promised and told yourself, yo, you're going to rise from that, which is either poverty, struggling. You have to remember that when you're getting money and you're touching it, you have to learn how to respect it. You get what I'm saying? Respect people and what it is that they choose to do in their decisions and be mindful of who it is that you're dealing with. Just because a woman has a fat ass, dog, or she looks right, doesn't mean that she won't put your ass on child support. And this is real shit. I've heard stories of people who as soon as their baby was born, yeah, you're going on child support. This is not no game, dog. Xavian Howard is a multi-millionaire playing in the NFL. This is happening to him. So guess what? It's going to happen to dudes on a smaller scale because not everybody can get to an Xavian Howard. Not everybody could get to a PJ Tucker. Not everybody could get to these high-level athletes. There are women like Brittany Renner who they set out for these guys and they scope out where they like to go. They're in the clubs. They're at the bars. They're at all the places where you would expect to see these guys at the NBA games. You have to understand that there are people who are plotting and they are watching you, dog. People who are aware of who you are. They're aware that you're on the come up. Here's another thing, dog. If you're a man, listen closely to me because this is something I learned and I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm going to keep it real. When you're out here on the come up, females can smell it, dog. I have homies who teach me this. Shout out to my homie Troy, dog. Like when females see that you're out here grinding, you're working, you still doing your thing, they can smell the come up. They smell when it's on you, bruh. So you have to be very careful, be very mindful, dog. When you're mindful of your situation where you're at, you can pretty much know how to maneuver from there. I'ma be real again. Once you're put on child support, you have to complete your child support because here's the deal. You fail to pay child support, your ass can end up going to jail. This is a game out here and this is nothing to play with. You have to take these lessons that you see other people going through and understand that you're nothing short. I'm nothing short of this. That's why I'm very careful out here. I try my hardest. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, flesh is weak. We're men. We're human beings. But you have to just be mindful at the end of the day. Not everybody may have your best interests at heart. And that's why they say, yo, when you're out here, you have to find a decent female and you have to lock them down. It's like they're becoming more scarce by the day. But if you have somebody who's rocking with you from being broke to when you came up, lock in with that person and don't let them leave your side, bro. Because here's the deal. When you don't have somebody that's solid in your corner, you're gonna deal with issues like this. You're gonna deal with the whole, this female want me for my money, this female want to take from me. If you have somebody decent, dog, don't screw that up and don't undermine them, because there's a lot of females and a lot of dudes as well that's out here on the come up. I never said that as well. There are dudes who are out here on the come up trying to take from females, come up off of females, scam them, take their money, like all types of stuff. You just have to be well aware of who it is that you're dealing with, dog. Know your situation, know your value, know what type of time it is that we're living in, because the world that we're living in, it's very scary, dog. There are a lot of leeches growing by the day. I've said this in previous videos. There are a lot of people who don't want to work. They want a fast come up. And I'm going to be honest, for a woman can easily come up off of a man for child support, dog. It's easy. There's a lot of dudes who are simping. Listen to what Brittany Renner said, what Deion Sanders said. The girl said, yo, she has more checks in her DM than Nike. Meaning there's a lot of celebrities that's in her inbox. And I'm going to stick a pin again. I live in Miami. I know females who are up there hot, popping like that. You get what I'm saying? And they show this to me. There's rappers in their DMs. And I'm going to be real. There's a lot of guys who are simps in the industry who get money and feel like because I have money, a woman can adhere to me. They're going to adhere to me, or I can have my way. You're going to find out that your ass is going to get played, because guess what? There are people out here who are well aware that there are guys as well as women who are desperate or just love sex like that, and they're loose with it. They're free balling, no condoms. You get what I'm saying? Just wilding, not thinking about tomorrow. You have to have a tomorrow in you, dog. If you think about it tomorrow, that kind of helps save you from living reckless and living life like you're on the edge. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I use them to uplift you, because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser. It's 444 the world, man. Peace.